recording. And who wants to do the intro this time?
Oh, I am wearing pants, by the way. I know it looks like I'm not, but I am.
I was about to say, it does look like this is some sort of like free preview of some kind, but it's not, folks. Okay, it's just
what's it? The fatal deviation.
Fatal attraction.
Fatal
It's not
attraction.
fatal deviation. No.
It's neither of those things. It's basic fucking instinct, is what it is.
Oh, it is too. Yeah, Jesus Christ. No,
Wow.
it threw me off of the... Yeah, that's terrible.
Wow,
That's embarrassing.
guys, welcome back to Watch Graps.
Well, we
With-
don't know anything about fucking movies. That's why we're watching
Well,
wrestling
sorry.
instead.
What's this we? What's this we? I know things about movies.
I was counting
You
Dennis
don't.
in that because he wasn't contributing.
Are you the
Dennis
only
doesn't
one who
know
knows
what the
things?
hell is going on.
Sorry, what? What's happening?
Also, I'm not introducing Dennis as a guest. He's
No.
not a special guest on this.
No, he's not.
No.
He's
No.
unfortunately you do not qualify as a guest. You are now officially part of furniture, aka the new Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Shotgun Cutter Dennis. I can't remember Dennis's last name to the show.
The
You just call him
Murph.
Shotgun Dennis from now on.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shotgun Dennis.
Yeah,
it's
2
fine.
points he's done.
I'll stick with it.
Yeah.
So
You don't have a
this-
choice in this matter. You really don't.
we don't even get the two pops in at this one anymore. It goes once and it backfires, and shotguns shouldn't even backfire. So I mean, it's
Oh yes, I found it. Sorry, I'm gonna send this to you.
send it
We
to
were
me.
we were talking about something off air that I'm now going to send to the group. So yeah, in jokes all the way, baby.
Excellent.
Whoop.
And there'll
Right,
be no
I'm
context
gonna
provided for
continue
this
doing the
whatsoever in the video.
No.
No,
No,
I'm
fuck
gonna
you.
continue to do the intro on
It will
this.
continue.
Did you send it to? You did. Yes. Dennis, because he's a new boy, he got to pick the gimmick for tonight, and I think actually did. Pick this gimmick?
I contributed to the thought of it, but
No.
no.
The makeup.
I
I did. I just legit
picked
just
one
made
that we
up.
will be doing on a future episode.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so today's episode is brought to the mind of Jonathan, which is and Foxy. I'm going to assume it's one or the other.
It was
and
Jon-
it is the
it was
best.
Jonathan.
It was me.
Okay,
Yes.
Jonathan. All right.
We left
all
it on
right.
the back burner because
Throw,
we were
throw
able
some
to book Katie
kudos to
Harvey.
your fucking friends, like.
We left him far too long to do this one.
Yes, we did, yeah.
Yes.
Primarily
So,
because we didn't have ideas at
It
the time.
is very nicely. We are actually doing the pause. You fuck. We are doing the best worst gimmick matches. No, I saw this
Mhm.
YouTube video to pause. Woo! I'm sensing there's a lot of TNA, WCW, possibly Japan in this.
We have a very diverse group, actually. In fairness, we didn't typecast ourselves in any way. We like
I'm
oh, here's what they think is good in TNA, and here's what Japan thinks it's funny. That's all. Then we have a full
I'm
spectrum
genuinely
of comedy.
I'm genuinely surprised that we did not pick any WWE gimmick. I'm also very proud of ourselves.
Hmm.
We didn't
We
rely
went for
on
the
the
least
well.
obvious answers.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
didn't have
think
to
well for me
rely
when I
on
was
the
picking
network.
one anyway, WWE seemed like the easy option because
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
but
even
there's been
because
some
not
really
even because it's bad. It's
good
just that
matches.
obviously they've been around so long and they're so big and all that there's a lot of shit in amongst the goodness too.
Yes.
So it's
I think
yeah,
Rose Tinted Glasses has a lot to play in there as well, because like if you were to explain out of context what a Buried Alive match is, people just go, that's fucking stupid. Or like what a Last Ride match is, for example. A lot of Undertaker matches really are just like inherently daft. But like this is a collection
Where
of just
that
really
man is
daft
just
premises.
a walking gimmick.
Pretty much.
He
I
is
mean,
just a
like
walking gimmick. So I mean,
you have to kowtow to it. But
yeah.
nevertheless, I suppose we better start off then with like our first best worst gimmick. And we're gonna start with Amy's choice this time out. We're going back to WCW Uncensored back in 1995, I believe. 95.
yeah.
WCW.
And nevertheless, actually,
WCW.
and funny enough, the first
WCW.
actual match on the
WCW.
card that night was the King of the Road match. Amy, why?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know why anyone thought this was a good idea. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. But it's one of those matches where you're like, oh, so they're going to be in a okay. Oh,
Didn't they both get fired after this match?
Yes, they did. Yes,
Mhm.
they did.
This
So
is
I
their
mean,
bow out.
not only not only does it like kill ratings, it also kills career. So I mean, for a best worst gimmick match, I think it works really well.
Yeah.
I think that works. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, for
Yeah.
those uninitiated, this is the King of the Road match between Blacktop Bully, formerly known as Repo Man, and the Natural Dustin Rhodes, who
Repo
was eventually
Man.
known as Black Rain. And
Black Green.
we were all on the same wavelength.
Very good. Very good.
I know.
So,
Well, I mean, come on, Foxy. When you think of Dustin Rhodes, the first gimmick you think of is Black Rain. I mean, come on.
I think of 70 personally. but fair enough.
I've watched too much OSW that literally now anytime I go Dustin Rhodes, it is Black Rain is the first and only gimmick that I will ever think of.
In fairness,
Black Rain and Relic. Get it? Because it's killer backwards.
Oh, I get it now. Oh,
I was
right.
thinking. I was
Right.
actually thinking 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
7. Jesus.
That sucks.
Uncle Fester.
Was that actually, come here, right? In your opinion, was that a shoot from him in the ring? I know kind of he
Yes.
did a shoot promo, but was that
It's a work
greenlit
shoot.
to do that?
That was a shoe.
But then why did you invest so much money into the goddamn promo? Because I was watching WCW at the time. Why did you invest so much money and time into these promos if you were going to have him come out and do this dumbass fucking, well, not dumb, but get dressed up as a stupid gimmick and do this?
Because they had the money to do it, and they're literally me when they get paid, right? They will buy any fucking thing that they set their eyes on that sparkles. Like, it doesn't even have to sparkle at this point. Literally, it will be a fuck wax melt, and I'll be like, I need to buy 30 of these. No, I don't. My room stinks of spiced apple because I have to actually use the ones I have before I will allow myself to buy more.
I think what I heard was
spiced apple goals.
they were originally intending on him actually doing the gimmick, doing the 7 gimmick, like full on. But then somewhere coming near the time, they changed their minds and they just said, "Oh, fuck it, just go out and do a shoot."
He hated.
Yeah, that was it. Like it was like
Yeah.
an Emelina situation. Just like, well, this character's already going nowhere and it hasn't debuted. Let's just fucking burn it. Let's just set it on fire. Job done.
Didn't they end up trying to give that to Lana as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
They
And then
literally
they
just
eventually
hop
gave it to
on with, like-
Carmella.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere with Carmella. I think when they bring back Eva Marie, I think she's going to be the one to take on that mantle.
But you see, it makes sense for her.
Yeah.
Like it almost suits her if you get my drift. At least I think it does.
Yeah. If you don't have talent.
Hey,
I'd like to see Eva Marie versus Lacey Evans.
In fairness, like
she get
Shit.
No.
She's
Eva
a-
Marie worked
she's a heat
damn hard
magnet.
though. To be fair, like I'm not saying she's good, but she's infinitely better than what she was.
If you
Really?
multiply 100 by 0, Dennis, you still get 0.
No, I suppose I respect hard work. If you're working at getting better,
That's
fair play.
Worked
You
on
know,
getting her
Convenient.
tits done. Like, that's pretty much
Sure,
it.
who hasn't done that
Anyway.
to get bookings, Foxy? Am I right?
yeah. I mean, come on. That's something
thought-
we've all done.
someone's
thought
done
we
that to
weren't
get a
gonna-
better seat, but yeah.
Oh, who could possibly? I couldn't possibly comment on that.
I grew these all myself. Thank you very
See, they're
much.
all natural. They are 100% organic Norks, and you will respect that, sir.
Anyway,
Well,
let's
that
move
was
on.
a statement I didn't expect to hear at fucking Watch Graps With Me.
Welcome
Now
to
I
our
do-
chat,
I
buddy.
don't think the words. I'm now questioning myself. Am I wearing a bra?
I'd like to think you'd
Chances
know at
are
this point.
no.
Not this time.
Shock, horror. I am. It's just very
Way
loose.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
fair, we
no.
were-
We need the thumbnail. So like, yeah.
exactly.
Oh, if I do that.
Amy's our thumbnail generator.
Oh, actually, Foxy.
Yay!
That sounds so weird when I'm like pulling up my top going, Foxy.
Yeah.
Foxy,
And Foxy
no,
just goes, yeah.
free
Because
tits.
Foxy,
Hey,
Foxy
happy Friday.
bought me this Beetlejuice, this class Beetlejuice t-shirt for my birthday, not Christmas, my birthday.
Okay, we'll go with birthday. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. It makes me feel a hell of a lot better.
Excellent. Would
Anyway,
you like to get on with the video
Yes.
that we're
Yes,
meant
yes,
to
yes.
do
Yeah,
10
it's
minutes
probably
ago?
best,
Grand,
yeah.
yeah, right. So we're going to kick off, lads, with the King of the Road match. Let's do it.
Tits and ass.
Now, obviously, this is on the WWE Network, so if you want to watch along, you'll just have to click on the video and basically just sync it up when we begin.
If you do want to watch along with this, and I actually suggest you seek medical attention.
Please, yeah. I mean, we're doing this as a joke, and I'm drunk, so.
The first ever King of the Road match, and tonight for the very
I'm just, oh my god, lads! I was 45 minutes late for
I'm
work
very
this morning.
excited for this first ever King of the Road match. Little do we know that we're gonna
It's happening
fire
right behind
everyone.
us.
As you can see, fans, we do have
weren't they fired for blading? Is that what I heard?
They were blading on.
That's
They
what it was,
bled on
yeah.
live
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
as you saw
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh, look at that bandana. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is
He actually looks
like
like a
one of
really
those-
shit, not Hulk Hogan, but like Hulk Hogan's character from No Holds Barred, Rip Taylor, whatever it was. He looks like he's just nicked his like top. And
Lads,
and-
even just at the start, who the fuck thought this was a good idea for, like, who greenlit this match?
There's
Jesus.
actually nothing to the match as well, by the way.
What happens if the door comes open? They'll be all over
Like,
the
what is the
Oh.
point if you're not gonna try and climb?
The natural dusted roads.
Like, here's the thing is that where are you climbing to?
Yeah, you're just going to jump
horn.
out onto the road?
Yeah.
Camera, the truck, the side, the
I'm just thinking,
following. We are
is that just a normal trailer bed? Because bumping on that would just be not good.
That's why they have
All
the
it
hay
is
in
is
to kind
fucking-
of soak
Yeah.
up the.
steel.
Like, imagine something went wrong and they just banged, they just took a bump on one of the bars. Like,
really happy.
No.
This match is really what the Black
Like,
That's
if
why,
I was
like-
in there now, I know for a fact I would have already smacked when he got thrown over that little bar thing. I would have ripped my shin open straight off.
Yeah.
I know I would have done
I
that
feel
straight away.
This makes me feel really itchy. Because you know, would you ever get like
Yeah,
the
the hay. Mm-hmm.
texture, you know, the actual texture of hay? Like, this just
Ugh.
makes me feel itchy watching it. It's horrible. I'm also really disappointed that there isn't a loose chicken.
On the outside.
I'm really
They did
grateful
have the-
there's not, because you know they would have killed that fucking fucker.
Well, actually, they did have it in the first take of this match, but he ended up sounding the horn and winning himself, so they had to reshoot it. Fucker.
Oh,
The
that's
fucker.
what the point of this is. They have to sound a horn.
They have to sound a horn, yeah.
Back of the truck. Is he leaving?
Wow. Okay,
This is the first.
right.
I love as well that like Black Top's like shirt makes him look like Thing 3.
You're right, Bobby, as this truck is
Also, as well, lads, they hired a helicopter as well for this. Like, literally, WCW was me just pissing money away.
now to get
Yeah.
the horn.
These are this is the Manchester City of.
Well, they have the
promotions.
imagine the cops on duty. Right, okay, so there's a police escort, right, for obvious reasons. But imagine the cops who got assigned to this. Just like, right, lads, there's going to be two guys wrestling on the back of a fucking lorry. We want you to just drive behind them, just make sure they don't die, please.
And there you see the truck.
To be fair, that
Yes.
sounds like an easy day.
That
Stay,
is-
That's a-
stay
No,
trooper.
it's an easy day, but I'm just imagining him sitting in the car going,
Do I get double pay and do I get to shoot somebody? No,
What
Nice.
the fuck
and
is going
maybe.
on?
Holy land.
I unironically love this shot, by the way.
Oh!
Because it's like
a
these two
pile
guys
driver, dude.
are on the hay, to be fair. But no,
Hey,
yeah, I
hey,
love this shot.
Hay is not a good fucking, like, that's not a good fall
It's still
breaker.
quite rough. Like,
Yeah,
it's still
like-
quite, it's like, it is like, it's not fluffy.
Make it
Hay is
feel
not
real
fluffy. It's not a
stretchy.
blanket.
It's so dangerous.
I'm imagining, I'm kind of hoping that there's at least some sort of like thin padding
This would be awesome.
under
I
the
hope there
hay.
isn't.
That's yeah.
I hope there isn't at this point.
I'm just
because you know what?
the wrestler mindset is just coming into me, and I'm just thinking of bumps. I'm just
Honestly, for agreeing to do this in the first place, you actually deserve to be punished.
Oh my God, the hay!
Just
He's
think
gonna
of it, like,
sneeze.
imagine how dangerous that could be if one of the walls decide to cave in.
oh man,
What great
When do you think OTT's gonna do this? We can do like a trip through fucking Francis Street.
somebody's gotta blow that horn.
I
Oh,
I mean,
still won't end.
King of the
Foxy,
cul-de-sac.
will we pitch it?
Drive.
Like,
Hold on. It'll be a Kings of the North match, and it can happen literally on the drive from Belfast to Dublin.
The
Yes,
match is,
it'd be
the
an
match
Iron
is
Man
2.5
match at the
hours
time.
long.
Yeah, it'll be an Iron Man
But, like-
match between the time to Dublin to Belfast, and whoever
It'll
picks
be,
up the
it'll
most
be
wins.
shown. There'll be images shown periodically throughout the actual OTT show of the lads having the match. It's like,
Yeah,
and our next match. Oh! I'm getting an update from the Iron Man for the Iron Van
Yeah.
match.
the Iron Man
a
match.
big old
yes.
rope.
The match in real life actually only went for like 5 minutes because they just blew through everything so fast.
Hence
you
why
can-
we have all these helicopter shots.
I'm trying to think of the purpose for having those bars in like cordoning off sections of it,
It makes
because
no sense whatsoever.
yeah, it just looks like a bad idea, like waiting
It's-
to happen.
Just a
That's the
jungle
thing
gym.
is,
That's
yeah,
it. Just an
they
obstacle to
wanted
climb
someone
over.
to die.
Locks or padlocks.
Oh, we have to make it a little bit different.
Oh no, not water!
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't know what
Oh, it's making the hay all coarse.
making it
Makes it like a blade.
and slowing down.
This is also another thing. Imagine he just went flying around the corner and the turns.
That's the thing. Like they described it as one of the hazards. Oh, what happens if the truck turns?
Oh.
Like, well,
The truck turning
Yeah.
and slowing down through dusting off of the top
Oh,
Like-
I'm just noticing the commentator.
towards the horn.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Imagine being in the crowd of this shit.
Oh, through every-
Sorry, there's two members of the crowd. Literally, we're looking at the crowd for this match.
yeah.
No, but
That-
they're obviously showing this in the arena on
Yeah.
pay
See,
per
this
view.
thing is, this
With
is
no
the thing is
commentary.
though as well, right? The only camera angle or the only screen that you could actually see at the start of that pay-per-view is literally right behind the three lads, which is quite
Yeah.
a small enough screen, because this was 95. How many big screens would WCW have
Actually,
set up
that's a
in their
good
arena
point.
to have watched this?
What?
That's a
Isn't
good
that why they
point.
kind of did it first, so that like when the crowd is still coming in, they just get this match out of the way.
They
and
may
then
have.
live wrestling
They,
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Like,
possible. Yeah,
It's honest to
Yeah.
God, I'd say people are still only walking into
kind
their
of like
seats.
like a kickoff kind of thing.
exactly.
This is
yeah.
literally the dark match. They had
It-
no
it-
intentions of actually showing this, but their
No.
pay-per-view was running short, so they
To
decided.
be fair,
"Fuck it, we'll
nor
just
would
put it
they
on."
want to.
It's like watching two lads like have a backyard match.
Oh, like, come on!
That
Yes,
was fucking
the
shocking.
trophy-
Jesus Christ! I'm just gonna do a flip bump here for no reason. Like, you know,
He did the flip bump because the truck was stopping. It braked.
it's just the psychology of it is just
Oh,
like Dustin at one point was trying to climb the back of the goddamn trailer. Like, why would you ever
Yeah,
do that?
I
Like,
don't
you know,
know.
like,
Not unless they thought there was like a buzzer on both ends.
yeah.
I was the both of them are bladed here, by the way, for no reason.
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm saying. They don't
but like I said, the water made the hay quite dry, brittle, and sharp, and they cut themselves.
Oh, and that
on
cut
it.
the.
Right, so they got basically, yeah, they got a
They
carbon
should have
burn.
hired you to argue for them when they were getting fired.
If only you were in the
I'm a
room, maybe
woman.
this
I'm
wouldn't
never
happen.
wrong. Read the memes, okay? There's so many memes about women always being right.
If I was a bully, I'd be have Dustin.
I love it, again. The one thing I love about this match is that like these two men are in like pitted combat in a trailer, and watching it all is cameraman and Barbara, the producer. Oh, how heinous of them to watch it all unfold in front of them with no reaction.
And they have no penalty.
Also, I'm just there's like, what the fuck was that? What happened there?
A branch
There's one-
came out of the tree. It got dislodged and came out of the
Jesus
tree.
Christ! That's the most exciting
Very
thing that
fine.
happened so
It's
far.
very Final Destinations too, if you ask me.
But actually,
Yeah.
even you know, not on the guys. Look, they're working with what they have, but there's not a lot has happened in the match. If you know what I mean, like there's not a lot to really kind of grab your attention.
Okay, there's
There's been a slap his head off this. There's been a suplex, and there's been a fucking random flip bump. That's about it.
I've just noticed in that pickup truck there's another 5 people, right? So that means
Yeah.
there's literally a crowd of 7 now watching this match.
Passing
there
the
was a
trailer
group of
park.
kids there
And
just going
two of
past,
them
so-
and 2 of them are being paid to do it. The others are just yous are stuck on production, so yous have to go.
At least we
There's
forget,
some
like,
people
again,
in the
you
back
have
of
the
the
helicopter
cab there
pilot,
as
the
well.
driver, and the
Yeah,
police
there I
escort.
count those. They're already counted in the 7.
Ah,
Yeah, they were my first original too.
and you have the cops.
I'm not
Yeah.
counting them because they're not there to watch it. They're just there because they drew the short barrel of hay.
I was about to say, you really stop yourself saying straw there. I admire that. But the thing is, I'd love as well that like out of all the cops they do have assigned to this. One
Oh no,
is
his shirt's gone.
one of them is a massive mark, and he's like trying to. He's the one that's driving. He keeps turning back to see who's winning. It's like, Gary, get your eyes on the fucking road, man. Sorry.
You won't even be able to see, man. There's a fucking truck in front of you.
What has he got?
Trough.
A fucking trough.
He hit him with a trough, a plastic trough.
That actually had stuff in it as well, which I'm kind of like, dude, that's just like unsanitary.
Yeah, it's just hey, but they keep implying that it's pig shit.
I'll be honest with this. Once you live through a pandemic, nearly every single thing you do in day-to-day life, you're like, actually, we are quite disgusting creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, right. There's a church bus.
Yeah, this has been the main hazard of.
Sorry, Tony Schiavone's commentary there was brilliant. Oh, they've been stopped by a church, but okay.
All right. Then.
All right.
The
one thing.
Hey! Yellow
The one thing that can stop these madmen fighting, the church.
It is against Jesus. Therefore, we will literally park the bus in front of it.
Jesus does not love you.
Imagine
Jesus
just
does not
like
love this
having
match.
this match. Imagine having this match. You have the roads closed off, and then all of a sudden you get hit with a funeral. Like,
Procession.
yeah, just like.
Jeez, Blacktop taking a risk here. Fucking hanging out.
That's also why the truck is only 5 miles per hour.
I was saying the truck is going very fucking slow. What the fuck is happening here?
The truck has stopped.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Stopping
School
until
bus.
you get back in.
A fucking school bus is gonna run in, lads.
Oh, Brain. God bless you. You're trying your best. Like,
This was like early WCW though, wasn't it? In a nutshell, it's just like they're trying something, and like the commentators just have to try their utmost to get you to care. Like this is like Dungeon of Doom time as well.
No, do you know what? Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Roddy Piper trying to get over the egg at Survivor Series 91.
Yes. Yes.
They were
Like-
against it at first, but I think they really like it.
But do you know the thing is, you knew for a fact that he knew this was bollocks. He knew it
Yeah.
was the stupidest idea ever, but he legit got like, you could hear like him forcing the excitement, and you're like, oh, I really hope he got paid for that.
Do any of you remember, and I only said it because actually Foxy put it in my head because he was saying about talking about Invasion or something like that, and how we love that pay-per-view and that whole thing. But do any of you remember when it was the final Nitro? And I was a huge WCW fan back in the day, more than WWE.
Is this just Katie Harvey we have on the podcast?
You'd be shocked to hear, Amy,
But,
there's actually more than one WCW fan in existence.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but you know, be a fan of
The
something
final Nitro. Well, I can tell you why. It's because I had that on television. I didn't have
The exact
WWE.
same thing that Katie said.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit suspect, and I've
Um,
never seen Dennis and Katie in the same room together.
Right.
Same eyebrows. Same eyebrows, man.
But the last Nitro, there's, do you know they're doing a simulcast?
Yeah.
And there's a bit where there's a little backstage thing where Regal comes in, he's talking to Vince, and Regal says the line, are you sure about this? I mean, he says something to the effect of, are you sure about this? They don't know how to run a business, or something like that, you know, that he'd obviously been fed to say. And they do their little skit, and it cuts back to Schiavone, and I can't remember who else was on, but Schiavone goes, we did a lot of things in this business, a lot of weird things, including having to put your ass over, Steve Regal. It's like, Jesus, Tony, calm down.
Tony Schiavone is one of those people who is like, mate, I don't even think you realize you're being worked.
Yeah.
Like it's still real to him, damn it, type situation.
I think Tony's like Ango in that sense, in that like they both like wind themselves up into this is real, and then that's what gives them their best work.
But here's the thing is though, Ango is a trained actor.
True.
So
That's true. Very true.
So I know for a fact he's not being worked. The man just really knows how to.
There we go.
Hell.
Well
It's
done,
over.
Blacktop.
Oh, Jesus, thank you, Christ.
Ended with a flip bump. I mean,
and now the truck just politely stops to a standstill. The match is over. You may now leave the truck.
As the Blacktop Bully comes away with a win in his match the king of the road match, a first ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
to get
that's-
pyro.
Okay,
Completely unnecessary pyro. Brilliant.
Okay, this is actually an excellent point. The fact that they're doing the promo,
Actually, yeah, the pyro now, yeah, that's a good, yeah.
The show is now only starting.
Yeah.
That is literally
It
a
was like a
shot of the
pay-per-view
start of this
exclusive.
pay-per-view. Yeah.
I actually think you've hit the nail on the head. I think you've hit
There
the
we
nail on the
go.
head. I think that's what it is. Which, makes it a bit more. It's still awful. Like, what a
Yeah. Shit.
fucking awful match. Jeez.
Oh my
Like,
God,
I mean,
it's the crappiest
usually
thing
with the
ever.
terrible ones, you can like take away some redeeming qualities, like, and say, oh well, there was athleticism or this was good or whatever. But that one,
Oh, it's absolute.
the
dog
two
shit.
guys, they're good wrestlers. They're just so restricted that they can't do anything, and
Yeah.
it just ends up being what you'd imagine it to be.
Absolute horseshit.
Bollocks. Yeah.
That premise
Absolutely.
exposed for exactly what it was. And why
Exactly.
Dusty Rhodes really needs to have a fucking lie down every now and then.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. Because I'm pretty
Apparently,
certain
yeah.
he's having a big old lie down now.
Back in
come.
Back in 1995, Dennis.
He's just a buried man.
Dead for several hundred years. No, that's not fair.
And thank you for watching Watch Graps.
Cody, I know
We've
this
been
is like-
cancelled.
yeah. Sorry,
Right.
Cody. I mean, I know it's the
We'd
one
like to
time you
welcome
watch
our new owners, AEW.
The leader is good. The leader is great. Surrender your will.
Which-
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
sound
love
like the
Cody
average
Rhodes matches.
AEW fan.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, one of these days, I am actually going to sit down and watch an AEW show. I've still have
Don't
not
do
watched.
it to yourself.
Well, I've stopped watching WWE. I never watched WCW, so I kind of feel like maybe I should give AEW the
Well,
benefit of the doubt.
I would say watch Dark because it's on YouTube and it's free.
And
Okay,
Taz
grand.
is allowed to improv, so that's the kicker. It's like Taz gets to like say whatever he wants on YouTube.
Okay. Grant.
I'm not going to go into a whole
was sold.
screed.
Here's the thing is, I was sold on it because it was like, well, it's on Watch Dark, it's on YouTube and it's free. And then Jonathan kind of killed it by going, yeah, Taz is on it. And I went, oh, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll skip it. I'll
Happy
skip
to
it.
help.
He doesn't
Um,
come into it for at least a year, so
It
you're
doesn't
good.
make a difference at this point. I think it might just make me sad. But yeah, so
Fucking Matthew has ruined Taz for me. All I think now is an Oompa Loompa anytime I fucking see him
It's Taz.
anywhere.
I'm still very bitter at Matthew, and I'm never really not going to be bitter at Matthew.
Why?
So
Matthew, if you want to come onto the show, man, you're more than welcome. Like, we'd love to have you on.
he turned me into a GIF, and I wasn't very happy with it.
I mean,
So-
you are a walking gif as it is. Like, I don't see what the problem is.
I did not appreciate it though, because that was a really
right.
shit angle that Macklin got of me, and then Matthew gifted. And then I had a load of people give out to me because they were all like, Redacted is the greatest wrestler in the world. No, he's not. And I was validated by it. Thank you.
No,
Next.
but you joined the illustrious likes of like Maxer and stuff like that.
Max are various people who have been gift.
I forgot that
The
actually
worst
made
time.
it to the fucking.
Oh
Botchamania.
yeah, man, that was on the show. It was fucking beautiful.
Bonesaw's been on it twice.
Has he?
Duncan has been on it 3 times.
Mm.
Can you guess why Bonesaw was on it?
To be
Because of the
fair,
Corbin
they
complex?
work they work so much, those lads, like everywhere, that it could literally be
Was it a
fucking
TNT?
anything.
Wait, no. I want to see if he can figure this out.
Oh my god, was it when he got dropped on his fucking neck in
No.
the Muscle Buster?
That was Joe. Or...
That's Joe.
No.
That was
I'm talking about when Bonesaw, I thought he nearly got, but he was against Bestia 666 and
No, it wasn't.
Okay, what one was it? Because he's not going to guess it, and
No,
then we're
he's
just going
not.
to go off tangent.
Bonesaw was part of I Am the Table segment.
He was. He
For
was. I
OTT.
remember now. Yes,
Against Sabu.
that's right. It was. And then Duncan
I
had a
am the
similar
table.
situation as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Yep.
my favorite thing
Yes.
ever. I love I Am the Table. Right. So
Scores.
before we go off on a tangent, this is a little bit different because we're not looking for the best match. We're literally looking for the shittest match.
Yes.
I
Correct?
thought we were looking
Down
for the
for the premise.
best worst match. No?
Yes.
The whole point
idea
of
is,
finding
like,
the best worst gimmick,
yeah.
which it means realistically, whichever is the shittest gimmick is the best gimmick.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Okay,
It
well,
is
I
a
mean,
kind of
that's
counter-
got to be right up there.
The best of the worst.
That's got to be right up there. It's, I mean, that from the premise to the execution, it's just awful.
Yeah, so like if we're
Just
counting
awful.
this as like 10 is like maximum daft, right? And then you go from like you're zero if you're gonna be like taking points off this if there's some semblance of logic to it, if it kind of makes
Also,
sense. If it
as
kinda
well,
works.
just to remove the possibility of cheating as well on this one, it is only going to be out of 30. We're not doing it out of 40 anymore.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give it maximum because I want to leave myself somewhere to go, but I'm kind of sorely tempted because I find it difficult to find any redeeming qualities.
The only match they ever had, and the two men in the match also got fired afterwards for it. Just bear that in mind.
Like,
Yeah. And bear in mind, it wasn't even good enough for the live crowd. It was just for pay-per-view.
and we do
they
have
got
to
rid of
judge it
immediately.
solely on that match. Like, I know those guys can go.
Mhm.
in
Yep,
that match,
solely
they couldn't, so-
on the match.
I gotta go 10. I have to go 10. It's
Ooh,
just
okay.
the idea itself was a terrible idea from the get-go. The guys couldn't do anything when they were in there because they were so restricted. And it just at no point did I say, oh well, that was kind of cool. Okay, oh well, that was kind of impressive. Nothing. Nothing. No, it was just fucking shit.
I love that we're getting the workers' perspective on this now. Like Dennis is trying to throw himself into this match, going, "How can I make this work? How can I bump onto hay?" Short answer:
I
you don't.
can't.
It couldn't be
No.
fucking done. It couldn't be done. Fuck that shit.
I'm kind of the same way with Dennis here. Like, it's just a case of like legit, like if someone's trying to pitch this match to you, what are the positives? What is the point of the match? And it is just a case of like, we have a helicopter.
And you will get paid. That's realistically the only redeeming comment is we'll pay you to do it. Yeah,
That's it.
all
Like,
right.
literally, just like you have a budget, you know. So I'm going to give it a 9 as a result because, like, how the fuck could you possibly find any great ideas in that batch?
Well, why aren't you giving it max then? There has to be something that's causing you not to go 10. Because you were saying we need to have a reason not to give it the. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose again, it was kind of that excuse.
So what's your redeeming quality about it?
In a way, okay, it's not a redeeming quality, but I'm taking the point off it because
Someone attempted a wrestling move.
There was an attempt.
Some form of wrestling broke out. No, the reason I'm taking point off it was that basically the match was kind of a flex from WCW to say like, oh, this is the type of match we can put on. We can put these two guys in the truck. We can have a police escort. We can have a camera here. We can have helicopter here. Like, it was just a case of like, it was just a flex to say like, yes, this match is stupid, but look how much money we spent. Look at how large our very massive slungs are. And
I'd like
WWF
to.
are going like, what? No, stop.
I would like to quote Dr. Ian Malcolm, if I may, with regards to this.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Scientists, you were so busy trying to figure out if like that you could do it. None of you stopped to think if you should do it.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. It was just a fact you could have done it, but should you?
Okay, so we've got an Foxy. What's your view on on this absolute hayride?
It's yeah.
From a working perspective, Foxy, how would you like to be involved?
How would you have
match?
ref this match?
I was going to say, Fox was livid because there was no referee decision. It was just that the horn was the referee.
Do you want to
Foxy
know how,
just going along like hanging out with the bottom of the helicopter, just
Run!
just
Back in the truck!
do you want to know how I would actually do it? You're like, am I getting paid? Yes. Grant. Hey, let's go.
Foxy's sitting there with the other cameraman, just going 1, 2.
No, I just stand there waiting.
What
Wait.
comes after 2?
Yeah. He
He was
blew the
just sitting
horn.
there cross-legged by the horn going, ring the bell. Fuck. Didn't think this
So go on, Foxy. Your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Yeah, it's abysmal. Like, it's really like abysmal. Like we said, the premise, the execution, it is definitely a flex from WCW about what kind of money they were spending on this shite.
Yeah.
But I am not going to give it the top spot because we still have others to go through.
That's why I didn't want to do it, but I fucking did.
Bearing in mind, you can give 10s to any video.
Yeah.
You're not restricted to
It's
one
true.
10.
Yeah.
No,
No, I
but it's
know-
more
I know
about giving
that.
yourself somewhere to go because you may see
A buffer,
something
yeah.
worse.
Oh,
you know?
trust me. Don't worry, because look at it this way: because it's always 3 people that are going to be like doing on this one. I haven't even watched one of the matches, and I already know it's my 10.
Keep in mind that I still have to see the other matches as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, true.
uh,
So what's your thinking here?
I'm gonna go with 8.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the highest score.
Simply because I'm not gonna give it the highest ranking because there's still other matches to watch through.
Okay, so you don't particularly have a redeeming quality for it, but
No,
that you're just giving it that
Yeah.
buffer.
We're you see,
Okay,
this is where the actual come down with me aspect comes into this.
mhm.
Amy's gonna throw you out of our house now.
That's fair.
You've
Look,
ruined my
I'm
night.
still going to
Hope you
stick with
enjoyed it,
mine.
Vinny.
Ruined my night,
I
Foxy.
still
I
think it was
hope you use it. You're a disgusting human being. I hope you take that money and you buy yourself some class. Get out of my house.
I hope people like my risotto. No, they want you to jump into a bath clutching a toaster. Like,
Don't do that.
Okay.
Right. So what's our
Where's
total
the
there,
last bomb?
Jonathan?
The subtotal, the number to beat is 27. 27. out of
27. Jesus, that's a high start.
Not
It's
a
a
bad
shit
start.
fucking
has to be
match.
said.
it's a hot
Yes.
start. That's why.
Yeah,
hot
I
start.
got to say it out. Yeah, I mean, that was fucking awful. That's
Because here's
just,
the thing is,
Yeah.
I know the other matches that are involved, and I know that there's redeeming qualities in the other matches.
yeah. I know, for instance, for my one, I know the premise is shit, but I know the talent are great. So
Hmm. I should have went with the original pick.
I think
Fucking
I
anyway.
misunderstood what we were looking for, and I I thought we were looking for a terrible gimmick match, but ended up being good. So that's why I kind of went with my choice, which would be later on,
we can
because
still count it. We can still quantify it as that as well. To be fair, like, even if it's executed well.
oh no, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
we'll
Lads,
still we'll
don't-
work it properly.
We also should point out there's absolutely nothing on stake for this anyway. For
Oh
whoever
yeah,
wins.
it's
It's so the fact that we're taking it as seriously as we are, as if there was a grand
At
up
the-
for
at-
grabs.
at the
Just
end
very
of the
natural
day, Amy,
competitive.
we're all fucking losers here. We have to watch
I think,
this shit.
like,
you know?
like basically, originally the prize for this used to be we got to pick what the next episode like would be based on. That was like the original like premise of like whoever wins. Now it's got to a point where we're all just like, well, we have a load of ideas. We're going to do them all. So what's the fucking point of just go as it is, like, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll move on. I forgot
Move
I was
on.
in the host
Yeah.
on this one.
Yes,
We're going to
we
move on
will.
to the second match, which I believe is Jonathan's match, and is
It
it
is.
a Slammiversary match?
It's
Are
close.
we moving to TNA?
We are moving
Shit.
into TNA,
Oh,
but we're not going to
yeah.
Slammiversary just yet. We are going to TNA Lockdown, specifically 2007, which people know as the Russo years. So
Oh no!
TNA Lockdown 2007 is deemed kind of, generally speaking, one of the worst pay-per-views of all time.
I think I am going to
because
get me toaster bath bomb.
It's full of, yeah, you might want to run the bath now. You'll be done before this match over. But it's combined with a whole lot of really bad gimmick matches. Chief amongst them, the blindfold match and the Sting Abyss match, and a lethal lockdown match that makes no fucking sense whatsoever in hindsight. But I think the best amongst them is the electrified steel cage match between Team 3D and LAX. So this match is based upon the fact that illegal immigrants are put in electrified steel cages, apparently. I didn't realize they had a vision into Trump's America, but, you know, this is a surprise to all of us, I suppose, that TNA were so forward-thinking. Nevertheless, this is a horrendous match with a really dumb premise and wrestlers who just did not fucking try to even entertain the notion that the cage is electrified. Literally, like, anyone with, like, some knowledge of electricity knows that this match couldn't possibly work. But let's enjoy this
Have
demolition.
they learned nothing from the fucking, what was it, the Chamber of Horrors match with fucking
Yes.
Abdullah and fucking...
That was actually gonna be my
Jack.
second pick because of the fact that the handle like flopped down.
The
at
handle
end.
went down, and then poor old Mick Foley tried to go up and put it back up.
So, with that in mind, lads, let's begin. So, if you wanted to watch this, you'd have to unfortunately get an Impact Plus subscription. But it's very good.
We'll give a countdown so they
exactly.
can... No,
We
do
have
it
a
properly.
countdown. So, yes, by all means, join us at 3, 2, 1, go.
again, you don't have to do this. You have the right choice to make. These are in a safe environment. We're doing this to ourselves on purpose.
Yes, we're doing it so
Oh,
you
sweet
don't
Jesus!
have to.
Already, I fucking hate myself.
Have they
I
got
just
all
can't
the
stop looking at
titles
Steve
out?
on
Is that a
forehead.
WWF title?
Yep.
And WCW.
Yeah.
WCW, like they were boasting that they were best tag team in the world.
Yeah. It's actually it's weird
Ooh.
because like basically there was like a loophole which meant that they could show the titles and call it the WWE titles because they had changed over to like a new design, and that's why they could show those original ones and the ECW
Yeah.
ones as well.
And we are going to get the job done.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of that. 'Cause I was just thinking, my God, this is asking for a fucking for
Oh, yeah,
Jerry
no.
fucking McDevitt
Lawsuit.
to come hunt the fuck out of you, like, you know.
This is it. Like
Did this have
was like
Conan
a
in it?
loophole for the feud.
So tonight we get you
Was Amy, sorry?
electrified.
Does this have Conan in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
States puts electrified
Have you listened to his podcast yet?
It's Hernandez. It's
Yeah, he was another one that slid into me DMs. What the fuck,
Hernandez,
like?
Homicide, and Conan's their manager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Conan's in the wheelchair bound for some reason.
Yeah.
of electricity.
Like this is supposed to be like the exclamation point to the feud.
Win the NWA.
And yeah, the whole
Also,
point is that
okay, what's the
you have
name
to
of the
win.
what's
Tag team titles.
Jeremy
what's the name
Borash.
of the interview?
Jeremy Borash, he is looking
they-
suave
Looks
as fuck, isn't
he
he?
looks like such a fucking pedo right there.
Yep.
literally
Like
like
that,
I just
that's
want to
vaporize. Like he looks like he wants to like assault Bully Ray here.
Tonight, we be
Actually, no, it's not. That is the look of like a woman has when her husband says he emptied the dishwasher, but she knows for a fact that he fucking hasn't.
some of our heroes.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
And
Just even thinking about
And
that.
like he's telling her everything that he's done throughout the day, and she's like, I know this is all bullshit, but I'm gonna
Look
let
at this
you blind."
bullshitting motherfucker.
That's exactly what it is. Like even he knows you're full of shit.
Estefan!
Lockdown. We are all in. Our legacy.
Oh, geez, we get a promo and a promo package. Nice.
Fuck's sake.
You want another chance? You face us in our type of match. You don't have to board
I will actually say this on for the episodes that Dennis picked. Jonathan just fucked off during his
Yeah,
pick.
pretty much, yeah.
Wow, I feel
That's
like
how
we're
bad
all
it
being-
is. He's like,
yeah.
fuck
I
off.
feel like we've been fucking bamboozled here. However, I'm just actually realizing something. The tag match that I've picked for quarters
Oh,
one.
for a future episode?
Yeah, it actually is actually an LAX match.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have a classic one picked, but again, because it's kind of myself and Kev, like we're pretty much picking the same stuff. I think.
I've gone proper.
We think very,
independent.
very alike. Like so. I think I have a Heart Foundation one, and he probably has a Heart Foundation one too. I may change it just for that because I don't want it to be boring. I don't want to have the same teams, you know.
Oh, I like watching
Jesus,
that.
look at that fucking crimson mask.
Yeah. The fact that he legitimately like used a fucking a real taser gun on him.
Just like St. Louis.
Did he? It wasn't
Yeah.
gimmicked.
No,
How do you
Gimmick was
gimmick a
before
taser
Gimmick,
gun?
the two prongs were still stuck in him, so it's
Oh,
legit.
Fuck.
Do you ever see the videos of people that like just get tased just for the shit of it?
They're brilliant.
I love them so much to the extent where I'm like, I know this, I shouldn't want to do it, but I kind of want to
Did you
do
see
it.
the one where it's a woman getting like it's the army or whatever, and it's a
Yeah.
woman getting tased, she grabs your man's balls and like takes him down with her.
Yeah, conducts.
Yeah,
Or
good
the one
times.
where like a guy is getting tased, but like his reaction goes,
Yeah,
I love them so much.
There was one
It's
I
good.
liked where someone turned into Chewbacca. It was like basically
Ah, Jesus, lads. Hold on, we had a Team 3D promo, we had a promo package. Now we're getting a fucking LAX promo.
Yeah.
You guys are watching
Jesus fucking Christ!
tonight. Shattered
Let's just
dreams.
literally get all of our
It-
story in right now.
Let me tell you
It's actually hilarious as well because this actually plays like I think the most recent episode of Future Wrestling. It was very promo based.
It was very promo
Like I
heavy,
mean, like
admittedly,
they're good promos, but it's You don't need them all. What the fuck are you doing?
This is, do you know why this is done? This is purely done because of the fact they know that their viewership for the build up for storylines is not there. However, people
Yes.
will actually go to watch a pay-per-view.
So they
Therefore,
need to
they
give up the
actually
whole
have
story.
to, exactly.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
to make sure that they give the entire. Oh, look at the puppy!
Yeah.
They have to make sure they give the entire story for people to be. Oh,
You sounded like you were one of those tasing victims there. So they were going, woo!
That's what it's gonna look like tonight. We're
God,
gonna start
such
chopping
a
meat.
pleasant creature.
You're gonna need a lot of luck.
Isn't it so cute? See, Jonathan, this is what a nice dog should be like.
I don't know what you're talking about, Amy. I've never experienced this.
I hope you do.
Who's that interviewer? I haven't seen her before.
Michelle McCool, I think.
It's not.
It's
Fuck
not.
off, is
It's
it?
not. No, I'm taking the piss. It just looks a lot
Jesus
like her.
Christ. I
Stay with the Latino nation with LAX con mi gente.
was like,
Taylor
wait, this is
Wilde?
2007. It definitely isn't Michelle McCool.
No, I confirm.
You know?
Okay, hold on a second.
Is that Taylor Wilde?
No. Way too. There can't be her.
What's
The
okay?
fucking
TNA Lockdown.
stink insect.
I'm asking because I feel like I should know her, and I don't.
I'm going to find out now who it is.
Thank you, Amy.
Get ready for
Oh, my
the
stomach made a
second of
noise.
2 championship matches tonight at our lockdown.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah,
love their
it was still the
straightforward
NWA.
graphics, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
World Tag Team titles, and let's set the
At
stage.
least it wasn't a
That's what I
holographic.
dig
Like,
about TNA. It's just some parts of their stuff is like really basic, and then they put like great effort into like the actual live show, I suppose. But then like their production is just like it's simple, it's straightforward, it's still kind of cheapish, but it's good in a way. Like
Hold on. LAX owns Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
They've held the ECW.
yeah,
What?
because apparently they won a winning streak against them the last 3 pay-per-views. So the whole point is like they're still feuding because like 3D just can't like win those tag
But
belts.
hold on. It said the stipulations that basically if 3D wins, they fulfill their legacy.
Yeah.
And essentially, if LAX win, they own.
Oh no, it's not, that wasn't the stipulation. That was the tell of the tape. That was
Okay, all right, sorry.
like recap of the feud. Yeah.
yeah, they
They
were
just
all
weren't, they
in.
weren't
as
very
it were.
like explanatory. With that.
That's a lot of gold.
I really love this arena, lads. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Impact song. Like it legit is the template for the future wrestling RPG. Like it's exactly what I picture it as. It's claustrophobic. It's like fine. Doesn't shame the crowd are a bunch of bellends, but otherwise it's grand. They're very racist. And homophobic as well.
Jesus, show some respect to the belts. Jesus.
They're replicas.
He can get more.
Digio
Find them at the merch stand.
You are the professor, my friend.
Team 3D has a chance to become the first team ever to hold the Big Four of Tag Team Champions.
Don't touch the. Why are you touching? All right, I'm going to
They haven't
assume
switched them on yet.
it's
They haven't
not
switched
turned
them.
on
Again,
yet.
again, it's Jurassic Park. Okay, so Dr. Alan Grant has made the joke.
Right. Okay.
Wow, who knew I'd get 2 Jurassic Park references in?
Really is Christmas.
Right. Fuck off, you bastard and cookies.
But one thing that is conspicuous by his absence, and that is, of course, the mouthpiece of LAX, K-Dog.
Like, look at that.
Not coming down with them, and that has got to be a
They should just
Oh.
like put that sign in front of like a scared woman. Like, oh, I'm holding the sign.
Conan is here. We've seen
Man, Hernandez is a fucking monster.
that interview.
You can pull that look off, Dennis.
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Not here in the arena. Let's send it
How's your
Uh,
Mexican accent?
I need another height of fucking. I need another foot height. I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA World.
This one
Tag
contest is
Team
going to be fucking
Championship.
idiotic from the start. Introducing first.
You see, at the moment, right, unlike the previous match, I don't have the sense of dread. Like I'm, you know, it's like, oh, it's just going to be I'm going to ignore the dumb premise and I might get a decent match out of this, you know, that kind of thing.
Ah, yes. Yes, I see you also live in hope. How foolish. How naive of you, Dennis.
I haven't seen this match, so I'm...
170 pounds from
Right.
Jeremy Borash looks like he's from a 70s disco.
He is literally
Oh my god, he actually fucking does, yeah.
Like the pop collars and the hair. It's just Saturday Night Fever.
Meanwhile, Earl Hebner still thinks he is in the 70s disco. In fact, he thinks he is the disco. The man is the party.
Disco Inferno should have hit him for some fucking gimmick infringement.
Can we just point out, by the way, that the referee is wearing like fucking like astral training gloves?
What? He is not. Is he? Where is he?
Yeah.
He's wearing rubber gloves so he doesn't shock himself. Look.
Oh, he is. Oh, yes. That's just fucking brilliant.
If they're not going to try, then he has to.
Yeah.
So the poor ref has to sell for them. Lads, remember,
Sorry.
it's electrified.
In fucking him.
I finally fucking found it. Leticia Klein.
Okay, so
Reaction here in St. Louis.
it's
And,
not anybody who
sh-
went on to do anything then in the business.
Well, here's the thing is, she did not. She was actually an American model. She was a model, and you probably actually found her in Maxim magazine or Playboy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Just so I can soak in that crowd.
Certainly
I
didn't
mean,
look
I-
like one of those kind
Oh,
of models.
I
and
haven't
the
I haven't
reality-
looked at those publications since the internet became a thing.
To be fair, this would have been in 2008. So, she was also in the reality show Beauty and the Geek.
I am so ashamed to say I have watched that,
So have I.
and
Oh, she was on The Young and the Restless.
man, I have some real. Oh Jesus! Oh, flash the lights! Yeah, flash
The
the
water
lights.
pipe has connected into the cage, which now means it's electrified.
Yeah,
And then
come on,
we have-
lads.
We have now a sound effect that's supposed to.
Ah,
simulate-
lads, all right, this is a bit fucking cringe.
Right.
A bit
Here's the thing,
cringe.
right? The
A
electricity, fair
bit
enough.
cringe.
but-
This isn't even the first time this fucking gimmick's been used. That's what makes
Yes.
this worse. They saw how shit it was the first time, and Vince Russo went, you know what? I know how I can make it work this time.
Yes, sound effects and a water pipe.
I was like, could you not at least make the plug like a bit more realistic?
I mean, the crowd isn't listening. The
Exactly.
ropes are so close to the cage.
It had to be cartoony.
Be over there. You gotta be careful.
It had to be. This is the thing. Like they knew,
I
like
want you to notice something.
regardless of the premise, they have to have the
But I
shot of
noticed
like
this earlier.
someone
They
like
have
cinematically
rubber
plugging the
bullets.
cage
They
in.
got souls.
But they
What?
could have just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
plugged it in. Like didn't have to like flick a switch or some shit like
That
that.
homicide has on.
Like, seriously, why do we hate ourselves this much?
Every advantage that he can. If he does get shot, just off on the
Just the
blow.
whole notion that like if you've not heard of what static is, lads.
Nelson special,
Yeah.
baby.
Honest to God, one of the lads would, like, an absolute hardcore move point in this one now is someone blowing up a balloon, rubbing it on themselves, and then static like the other person.
Oh,
And-
that
yeah,
was a
and
nice German.
And fabric comes into it as well. Like Bubba Ray will not be wearing that fabric inside there. He will
Oh,
be,
this is
like,
the one where he has to keep
full on.
pulling up his pants.
Yes.
Early on, and then use the electrified
But again,
cage
this
to
is
your
part of
advantage.
psychology. He's not wearing a belt because the butcher might be abducted.
He cut the steel door, probably the only place on the
Stop making this out to be
Lads,
better thought out
The
than
fact
it
that
actually is.
the commentators just had to cover for why he didn't sell just being electrocuted.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear
That's shit.
you can hear the hum.
Like, literally, like this match is just Don West telling you about the virtues of rubber-soled shoes.
Like, yeah, so they just did a spot, which was clearly a planned one, where they did the bounce suplex into a double DDT, right?
Yes.
And but he bounced off the cage, so
Yes.
Don West had to say, "Oh, I think he hit the door. That's why he didn't get
Not
electrocuted."
electrified, apparently, even though the referee is there holding the door with rubber gloves.
Like, oh God.
Earl Hebner, by the way, not wearing gloves. So,
Oh, lads,
he's
all right.
in
Well,
danger.
there's a big old Bully Ray just grabbed the cage.
Yeah.
You can see, Brother Ray almost had his hands on the cage, but
No, he almost had his hands on the cage.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Again, the commentators are covering up for every botch.
They're earning their fucking paycheck.
They're trying their again. This is after like
Why would you go outside the cage to do the spot?
Yeah,
when
you
not, like
exactly,
That's honest to God,
exactly.
like that makes no sense. Like I understand that you want to get your 90s spot in, but like it just doesn't make any sense. There's too much of a risk to you. And why would you throw him back into the ring and not onto the electrified cage?
But that's actually,
Because
I
that's
think,
the only way he can get onto the top rope, by climbing it that way.
No, it's not. Literally do what Bret Hart does.
Now, some people can't do
so-
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some people
that's-
can't actually do it.
Well, then
work in mirror
fucking
anyway.
live into the gimmick. All right, then.
If I
Actually deal
go
with
up
the
the top
gimmick and
rope,
just don't do the spot.
I have to go to the outside to get up onto it. I can get up, but I won't be able to turn onto the top. If you know what I mean.
Fucking animal. Who bites? Like who the fuck bites?
I mean, you could be immobilized if you were.
Is there no fucking rules in this match? Like, what's the point of a ref in this if they don't seem to have rules? Why are you going to bite somebody?
I think, to be fair, they're doing the old, the ref is purely there to kind of count the pin, and that's it.
I'm pretty sure. Look, the first person to be
Oh, that
electrocuted
was a chop to the jaw.
That was fucking a very high chop. What the fuck? That was a bitch slap. Like, that wasn't a chop. That was just a wah.
Yeah, by the way, yeah. So the whole gimmick as well. Then when like you touch the cage, Eliza stuff, like your and the sound effect kicks in, then it happened there.
I actually can't hear the sound effect.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Jonathan, before you said it, where it was just guys who essentially just went out there as like, do you know what? Fuck this gimmick. We're just gonna have a match.
This is kind of it. Like this is kind of rejected at the time, but then like later on in the match, like you actually kind of like forget midway through. Oh shit, this cage will be electrified.
Yeah.
Right, let's do something with that. And then like as a shock with everyone just
Because I mean, as a match,
Sorry, hold on a second.
How?
good question.
that was
Good
because
question.
they showed that he Homicide had wrapped his hand in a chain and had then punched.
And it cut him in a straight line.
Yeah. They were still
It's
blading
a
in
lot of scar
TNA.
tissue.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think
Scar
that
tissue.
point, I don't think it took much for Devon to play. Could have sneezed and he could have bleeding.
I mean, have you seen his forehead?
Yeah.
I've seen what's inside his forehead. It looks like fucking toast.
Fucking nothing left in his head.
Wide open, and the blood is flowing, and it's almost like they can smell
Busted wide open. He's slit wide open.
on the offensive.
I fucking hate wrestling.
You see,
I
there's
actually
little
hate
things here that I
wrestling
can't blame
sometimes.
the guys for. That I have to play the idea of the match again because by default, and it's just annoying me. Every time they're in the corner, they're obviously resting up their arms. Now, right, if it's electrified, you're not going to have your arms resting up there because your arms are going to be draping to the outside and you're going to be very fucking close to getting electrocuted. But because any worker is going to do that, you're just going to fucking rest your arms up because that's the position you're in.
He's also pushing him towards the door, which they have already said wasn't electrified.
That's why they had, and again, that's the case of having the cameraman standing at the spot where the door is, because
So the
apparently-
referee on the outside, right? He actually has like the live wire. That's why he's actually wearing the gloves. So when
why
someone
isn't
comes
Earl
over to the
Hebner wearing
door-
gloves?
Because he knows for a fact that there's nothing dangerous at all in this match.
Oh, let's just casually go outside there again. Yeah.
again, the whole notion of static and pushing against force, no, doesn't exist.
Also, his ass is hitting off.
Yeah,
the
he's
fucking
literally
cage.
There,
touching
there,
it.
he's
Oh,
touching
and now
the
he's just holding it. He just grabbed it. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky. Maybe I'm like I don't
No.
know. It's just
No, no, no.
This is part of the show.
What a suplex right there, and another one.
Oh my god, this is such a shit gimmick.
Yeah.
like
Here,
okay,
Chris,
so it's a shit gimmick as well, right? Okay, so there's
The
different
match
aspects.
isn't bad.
So, for instance, the previous match was owned by the gimmick, i.e., there was no escaping the gimmick, right? This one, it's terrible in a different way because they haven't even addressed the gimmick yet. The gimmick hasn't even come into it in any way, shape, or form yet. These guys have just had a match so
They
far.
haven't done an electricity spot.
No. All the cage spots they're doing, you could easily transition to a normal cage match and they'd have the same impact of trying to push somebody's face into the steel cage or whatever.
How
Like, it's
long
not,
did-
there's nothing any different to it.
Matchup and lockdown. Homicide back to his feet. Devon shot
I didn't realize they were in a hexagon.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
six-sided
ring.
which were apparently awful for the workers hated it. Apparently,
hated it.
it made the ropes too tense.
Like, yeah.
I'd imagine so. Like,
But in the same way, that's kind of like what like allowed them to do on
Yeah, it gave them a level of originality, definitely.
Yes. It just made it was something that wasn't done.
Yeah.
And again, we had to wonder what Conan was going to be doing. And now we
Oh
see
God, it's like Linda McMahon.
him fire up
is he in the wheelchair? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's forgotten the spot.
Wait a minute.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel Conan down.
He went to get up
3 out.
and then
And he
went back
sat
into
back
the
down.
seat.
The gloves.
He's taking a referee.
Andrew Thomas.
This is
Oh
why
yeah,
I never
I've seen it
Also,
now.
he's
Yeah,
already wearing
he already stood up out of a wheelchair and sat back down again.
Yeah.
And look, it's Hector Guerrero.
It's the gobbledygooker himself.
Well, he's never approved of how Conan is handled. His thought here and how he's represented.
It's
the
surreal how
Latino
much he
nation.
looks like
And
Eddie.
you can see
It's
Hector
fucking
Guerrero,
uncanny.
obviously, wants to make sure this is done
Fucking-
right. Conan saying no as he's backing off.
Look at him back up in the wheelchair.
He's catching
Man, there's a man that got fucked over by gimmicks. Insanely talented wrestler, and he just got.
Down to ringside. He's not going to let the Latino nation. He's not going to let.
To be fair, I haven't actually seen a Guerrero that wasn't
That's
talented.
that's a fair point too. Yeah.
Knocked out the referee that was.
The Hearts, yeah, there's a lot of shitty apples in that bunch. But with the Guerrero family, there was never a bad wrestler. There was
I'm
shit
in particular.
gimmicks, but never a bad wrestler.
Well, he just hurt. He just Hector Guerrero to get him the tables. He is the
But
different
ought to be saying from the camera, give me the fucking table. On live pay-per-view. And
I
it's-
think
and
Hector was an example of like too much of a company man. Like he would just say yes to whatever was fucking given to him.
Here's the thing, though, as well, though. Like, there's a thing of saying, oh, everyone just said yes to what they're given. It's like, this is a time when people knew the business in the senses I was working paycheck to paycheck. So, like, you can't get rid of that type of mentality when you've been doing it for 20 years. So I
Oh
think a lot
no,
of the
definitely
last
not.
So a lot of people are like, oh, they're just company yes men. No, they're men who were fucking trained into knowing who was paying their.
Yep.
And if they wanted to actually survive and like maintain a family and stuff, that was needed. And it's just so ingrained into people. But you know the ones who got the short end of the deal.
Oh yeah, well look, the truth of the matter is that only until the last 7 years, there was no real money to be, and even now there's no real money to be made on the indies unless you were a huge name. So if you had a fucking job with one of the bigger fucking companies, chances are you'd probably try and fucking keep it.
Yeah.
You know?
So would it side B to a promotion where I knew for a fact they're never actually going to use me. They just don't want anyone else to use me. But I'm getting a paycheck no matter what. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I can still do my own thing.
To his shoulders, drops him.
Oh, but he's got the strength to do it. Maybe the strongest.
Fucking Earl with a fast count there.
Everything's just gone crazy.
He also was wanted.
Well, remember, he screwed Brett, Foxy.
Saw it yourself, Foxy. No.
Do you remember when TNA recycled the Montreal screw job? Do you remember that?
Yes, I screwed Brett and I'll do it again.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, come the fuck on now, lads.
Whereas TNA was great during this time, but it was also terrible. Like, this was so like the mixture
I
of
have
like.
never heard
awesome,
anyone
Mojo's
say
awesome,
TNA and great in the sentence.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Why is no one using that type of bomb?
The last person I saw do that before now was fucking Kane. Do you remember he had that kind of fallout powerbomb for a while?
Right, that needs to come back, lads. Like, whatever. You
Oh
ready?
man, I'm
Kane
stealing that
did
shit.
a
I'm gonna do
powerbomb.
that shit. Fuck yeah. I'm stealing
That was
that
the thing
shit.
though that was the thing though with Kane's power bombs. It's like as soon as he got him up, then he did the elevated lift by the trunks and then slammed you down. Like not only is he making you take it back, but he's also giving you a wedgie at the same
Border
time.
toss.
Like
There he is.
Into the cage.
And of course, it's Devon that's doing the fucking selfer.
Jesus. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, he put too deep, I think. Or maybe just
that is
hasn't.
fucking
That's a lot of blood, man.
But again, the crowd like booed the shit out of that because the actual electrocution was so bad. Not one spark there.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so the stream froze just as he fucking
Yeah,
went
I
to
didn't
take back
actually
for
see
me,
it
so
at
I
all.
didn't see it.
Yeah, I actually didn't even see it.
And now they're chanting Fire Russo.
Oh, that and like
The second time tonight.
But remember,
it was
Jonathan,
Martin
no,
Barrows.
Vince never worked for them. Remember, he never worked for them.
No, of course not.
Did Vince Russo write a book?
I think he wrote several books.
What the hell? What the actual fuck?
That was fucking lovely. Sorry, but that was great. He did a turning crossbody. Bubba caught him straight away into a fallaway slam.
Yeah, but he didn't fucking like sell it. He fucking got up.
No,
and
he just straight up got up, which was odd. The move itself was great. That's what I was talking about. But
Drilling with the clothesline.
One, two, go!
And this is it, like there is like some form of chemistry between these guys, but it's also the fact like Devon's having a mare, the match is good, and they just wanted to move on to a
no, the match itself is fine. And again, I have yet to see anything I have yet to see anything that would tell me, if I went into this blind, that this was an electrified steel cage match.
Yeah, we have it, yeah.
I have nothing to tell me that.
On his back. Hernandez, the only man.
So far, like this just looks like a normal steel cage match.
Yep, 100%.
And notice how like they're setting up the table and Hernandez was looking up as if like, okay, it's right in front of the cage, like the top of the cage.
Yeah, as if I'm going to do a dive off the fucking top or something. Yeah.
On top of it. And what Hernandez.
See, this is another thing as well when you sign, like when you have like.
Holy shit! Hold on, they're going to say because he has gloves on.
Going into this.
Yes, he's gonna climb the cage.
Fuck's sake!
He has the gloves and he has the rubber boots.
He's setting it up, and he realized, but I'm gonna tell you something. The longer you take, the better.
You have acquired gloves. You can now climb electric structures.
I love the fact there's no hesitation. Goddamn, man, sell it. You know, touch the cage. You know, fucking be scared. It's meant to be electrified. Dude,
his like knee and calves are rubbing off it, so you.
And now he's crotch first on it.
His leg. It's just like.
See, look, it's.
Why is it flashing?
It's flashing because like the producer is told to like flash it whenever he's touching the cage.
Whoa! That was a nice. Okay, that's a nice spot. I mean, if you take away the gimmick stupidness out of it, that was actually a nice spot. Jesus, Devon, get the fuck out and get some stitches. Fuck, man.
Off the top of the cage, right through the wood.
Is it over yet?
He took so much time climbing up. He was trying to be careful. He put on the gloves. He had the leather soles, the rubber soles.
He was not. God bless you, Don. You're doing your best, but he was not taking his time trying to climb up the fucking cage.
He's trying his best here to sell this. He just can't watch. Now here we go.
Oh no!
This is a chance right here.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Right here it goes. Cover. Two. They got it.
You see, the static in the ring was making it very difficult to grab onto people, you know? And no.
Lads. I mean,
I'm actually glad my stream dropped.
right, so, okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Where do I start?
I point out, by the way, the camera is right up in front of a electrified steel cage. No interference, no issues, no tech problems whatsoever.
Right, okay, so I'm going to give my thoughts if you're all right with that. Firstly.
Please do.
There's no way I'm scoring it as bad as the first one. Right? Because this one, at least it was and the guys in there worked well together. The gimmick itself is just an inherently awful gimmick. It didn't factor into the match at all, literally until the finish. Yeah. That's it once, which is, again, leads me to think the lads are just like, fuck this, let's just do our match and then we'll throw in this spot at the end. Done.
That's what it came across as, yeah.
Yeah.
It looked hokey as shit when they did do that. And then dumbass spots like climbing the cage and just the whole logistics of it. So it's a shitty premise. The guys had a great little match on their own, a fine cage match. Like, it wasn't amazing, but it was fine. I'd say 7 for me.
All right.
Because I think it was, as far as matches go, it was decent enough. The gimmick was dumb, and the spots that they tried to do with this gimmick was dumb. But other than that, it was serviceable as opposed to the first one, which was just awful.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Amy, how about yourself? You saw most of the match. I think your internet saved yourself from it in the end.
Yeah.
Did you see Hernandez climbing the cage?
No,
So Hernandez
I saw
he
saw
got
the
gloves.
start up to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that part to it, and then it just so I missed the actual.
He climbed the
on it.
cage.
So,
He even sat across it, crotch first, and then dove off the top and went through a table, and that was it.
You see, this thing is like the gimmick very rarely actually comes into this match, and it
Yeah.
only comes to that match I think when someone literally pokes the commentator to remind them it's meant to be electrified, or
That's
hits the
The commentators did a bang up
timekeeper.
job. I
The
have to
time-
say the commentators did a great job.
Yeah, like
They tried their fucking best.
yeah, they tried their best. Okay, they did much better than the commentators in the first match. At this point, they
Yes.
actually tried to sell the gimmick.
Yes.
As okay, look, if I take the gimmick out of it and I just look at that as a steel cage match, it has some redeeming qualities on it. Like it's not a bad match. It's not a great match. It has some moments. So I'm on the same thread as Dennis. I'd probably give it a 7.5
Okay.
on this one. Like it's not the worst, because it's also another thing as well. This isn't the only time that this gimmick has been done.
Yeah. You
And
know this
that's a
doesn't
real
work.
kind of clincher for me. Exactly. So they already know that it doesn't work, but they continuously try to push it,
Yeah.
which is why I'm like, oh, they're trying to find something redeeming in this, but you have the same person behind it, and it's just not going to work.
Exactly.
The only
and-
way you could make that
Fire
gimmick
Vince.
work is literally electrifying the cage.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way you
And-
could make it work.
Even
What
like
you
a
have
low
is you
that
have
shot,
a
would be
shock
inside
would
the
have done
ring
it.
and work
Just
the crowd
something to
as
make it
you're-
go whoop. You know?
Yeah. That's it.
To let you know when you're touching it as a worker, so that if you touch it, you give a little whip. Like that would be enough. That would
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
No,
would make them hold on. If they did that at any type of a match, that would be fucking hilarious to watch though as well. Because every time someone just like if they bent over slightly
Yeah,
and they just hit their ass off
You know,
again,
you
they just go, like it would be brilliant. That would be so good. Foxalicious Foxy, what's
Yes.
your viewpoint on the electrifying cage in sports entertainment?
So kind of like
is there a place for an electrified steel cage in sports entertainment? That's what we're really trying to ask.
well, to be honest, like it's like electrified, like any gimmick that's electrified has been done in the past. I mean, like yes, like for this one, execution is terrible. Like it's atrocious. When the fucking commentators and the fucking referee is selling them more than the actual like wrestlers, like you know it's a bad thing. But like with Dennis, he said that like the match is good. Like the two teams bounce well off each other. There was no need for Devon to blade,
Nope.
regardless like
Jesus, no.
of it being a chain. Like there was no need for
It didn't. It didn't add any. If there's
No.
blading that whatever, but it needs to add something, in my opinion.
Yeah,
To be
it
fair,
didn't
actually-
add drama. It didn't do anything. It was just
Do you know what? It
Devon
Look,
did?
a bit
I
of color is
guarantee
fine
it.
from time to time. It can add to it, but I mean that just
Do you know what this
pointless.
did? Actually, do you know what? Devon knew exactly what he was doing when he bladed, right? Because I guarantee you that match was probably meant to go on for an extra 10 minutes. And it got to a point where they were
So
like,
you
you know
think
what?
he
Actually,
went that little bit deeper on purpose, just to
yeah,
get
on
out?
purpose, because he's like, I want this to be fucking over. Just, you know what, lads? I'm gonna go real deep. I'm gonna fucking go Ric Flair on this shit. I'm going Eddie
He
Guerrero.
yeah, he nearly
I'm going
did an Eddie on
Guerrero
it. Fuck.
blading on this. He goes, I want us out of this fucking shite as ASAP. That's my bet on that one.
yeah, because like with it, like it could have been so much better if even a low voltage, just so people could fucking sell it.
Just
in
a
the
little
process.
reminder, yeah.
That
Yeah.
way, like, at least then people in the crowd weren't taken out of it, out the gimmick.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah.
that like they know,
They
okay,
can get into it
we
as well.
we can see that like for every time they touch, they are actually like getting shocked. Like
Yeah,
may not be
there is actually a
major,
sell.
but
It's like
you
those
could treat
electrified fences that like farmers have.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
low
the
enough
real
voltage,
low
but
voltage one, yeah.
But
Yeah,
you,
but
you
they'll
could
still
treat
give
it
you
like
both.
you could treat it like the Inferno match. The fact that like when something big happens on the cage,
Yeah,
it fucking like a big like
Sparks.
even a spark. A
Yeah.
spark would make a big
Something
difference.
other than dumbass sound effects and flashing the lights. That's just
They
hokey
didn't need
as
the
shit.
sound effects.
That's just hokey.
Just a fucking flash.
Hmm.
Just have someone on the fucking button, just like
Although
boom, big
chances
move,
are,
boom.
if you actually had it actually with a low voltage, people would be hitting it so fucking often that you'd be in a fucking rave. Like
Be
there'd be a
hilarious.
strobe light going, like like.
Well, either or. Like
Also-
you could have done that, but yeah, like
This is
a bit long for what it
Hmm.
should have been. Like I think it should have been a little bit shorter. Didn't appreciate like Earl Hebner is doing the fucking his best to fucking trying to hurry this shit along. He's like fucking 1, 2,
Yeah.
like fucking
again.
build.
I think that was down to fucking Devon's button. I still think that was down to Devon.
But what do Sniffles think of the match?
That is
I
possible.
will
I
actually
mean,
say this is going to be very, very out of context, right? But because Foxy has the dog on his lap, right?
Mm.
And two of you are bald, this looks like the weirdest like Zoom meeting of like the fucking villains I've ever seen. It's like it's the way we're talking about an electrified fence as well. It's because
Here's the difference.
because
Me and
we
Dennis
keep
have
pushing
the
the
chairs
back.
that can turn
It
around.
could be,
Dennis, let's synchronize.
yeah,
Let's
but like
synchronize.
it's really
Right. Yeah.
it's really funny though as well
Okay.
because like we keep
Ready?
talking about electrified fences.
On one. So,
Yeah, you just- you-
Mr. Gee,
yeah,
want to talk about
none of
electric
you-
cages, do you?
None of you did it in sync on my computer because
Yeah.
these are all going at different times.
Well,
So
I'm
Right.
recording it on
I'll
my
give it
end,
a
so
7.
fuck you.
I'm putting
Yeah,
out
thank you.
7.
There you go.
Yeah.
21.5.
21.5. So nowhere near as good as the King of the Road match, which is something.
Nowhere near as bad as
Yeah,
King
that's why I
of the
said.
Road.
Yeah, Missy.
But yeah,
Cameo number 2. Bye bye.
aw,
Don't worry, she'll be back. Just
After these brief
I love
messages.
Sniffles.
So where are we going next?
Where are we going next?
We're going
is
to
the magical
Foxy.
We're
world of
going to
Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Japan.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're taking